Hi, very well, thank you. The what, sorry? Yeah. Yeah, no, so we've had some positive news in terms of Paqueta's trained, um, should be available. Alvarez trained, should be available. Tadebo's making good progress, got a chance of making the squad. Probably a little bit too soon to start 11, but certainly the squad, so that's good. Um, Fulcrug's still away, Antonio's still away, of course. Somerville had a setback with his hamstring, so he's probably looking around, I'd say, after the international break for him, which is a bit of a blow for us, of course, and for him. Apart from that, I think we're okay. Yeah, so we've tried to use the time as well as we can. Obviously trained well. The players have trained really well. Used the opportunity to get the injured players back as well. So a bit of a combination of a few things. Recovery of the players that have been playing. So a bit of freshness going into the last 14 games of the season, essentially, like you say, and be really excited about the last 14 games. Try and pick up as many points as we can. And to also prepare for a tough game on Saturday against Brentford. So, but no, we've had a good couple of weeks. A little bit, but not too much. I mean, you're not into these jobs for rest. Put it that way. Yeah, he's trained well. The situation with Evan is he hasn't played that much football recently, so we have to just be careful of that in terms of how much minutes he plays and whether that's the start, whether that's the end of the game. We can make that decision. But he's certainly shown his quality. I think he'll get stronger and stronger, better and better the time he's with us. But he's ready to help the team. We just make that decision as we go closer to the game. That's probably a reflection of the consistent work that they've done over a long period of time. Thomas and his staff and the club generally. I think they've done a wonderful job. They've improved all the time. They're sole players. When they're in the game, they defend high really well, man focused and aggressive, but then can also defend deep well and attack big spaces. They've improved the build up a lot. So and I think they just maximise everything that they have. So credit to Thomas and the staff and the players there. So it's going to be a tough game. We know that, but at the same time we're looking forward to it as well, and we're excited for it. Thank you. PLP, Michelle. Hi. Yeah, it was the back end of his rehab. Yeah, just felt something again, slightly different part of his hamstring. So, yeah, obviously very disappointing for him and for us. But he's a few weeks on now with that, and like I said, I think the other side of the international break is when we'll probably see him. Well, it's a different dynamic. I mean, we've used Mo, we've used Lucas because obviously we lost Fulkrug in the first game, so we've had to adapt a little bit in terms of how we can attack. But obviously, a focal point, a nine, changes that dynamic. Not to say that I think that Lucas played that role really well against Aston Villa as man of the match and did it well. So we've got a few options. He gives us that option, gives us those possibilities, should I say. But yeah, he'll bring his own quality. He'll bring his own level of play. He's a good finisher. He can link the play well. So once we get Cree back as well, there's a few attacking options in the team. Mm. Well, he just adds. Yeah, he adds his experience. He adds his quality. Obviously, set pieces speak for itself, but his general play also is a really high level, experienced player, knows the Premier League, knows the team, understands what you need to do every day to be a top player. So that's really, really helpful for us, and we're really impressed with him. Well, I think the two that you've named are part of a team that functions well. Like I said, a really good understanding of what they're doing in all phases. Damsgaard, I think, helps them. He links the game really well. Sharda on the other side provides a threat. They've got an understanding of how they want to build up. I think that's really improved. The two sixes, the two midfield players connect the game really well. They can be direct, but they can also, build through the thirds. So I think those two are obviously the two you name, but they're a result of a well-functioning team.
Okay, we'll turn the cameras off then. That's the end of the broadcast section.